What are teens today not ready to hear? As you get older, you just keep realizing how dumb you were last year. Just because you fucked up does not mean you're a fuck up. The older you get, the faster it goes. Yesterday, I was you. Tomorrow, you'll be me. One day you'll wake up and wonder where the plenty of time to do X went. It will scare the crap out of you. Life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it runs out. Being controversial isn't the same as being interesting. In the adult world, getting into fights doesn't make you look cool, it just makes you look stupid. I know someone who was drunk and another much drunker guy came up to them looking for a fight. Long story short, the guy defended himself. The aggressive man had an undiagnosed tumor in his brain which ruptured and he died. Now, this guy has to live with this for the rest of his life due to someone being idiotic. Luckily they got off with no jail time as it was self-defense and they were both drunk and obviously undiagnosed. But I think the mental damage of having killed someone accidentally is punishment enough. School has a system in place to keep you from falling behind, life doesn't. Please shower. Stop self-diagnosing yourselves with mental illnesses. As a therapist, I second this comment. TikTok is not a valid source of diagnosis. What screams I am not the badass I pretend to be? Refusing to wear safety equipment like helmets when it's available. True badasses, including truly skilled people, have goals in doing dangerous shit, and they understand the challenges in carrying it out. Telling people how badass you are. Joker profile pic. Punisher bumper sticker. I would have enlisted and probably made special forces, but I would have punched a drill sergeant if they had gotten in my face. Sure bud. Woman at a bar told me her boyfriend was a Marine sniper, paratrooper, and assigned to guard the president when he stayed at Camp David. When he strolled over, I asked the questions all Marines ask when we meet. Where did you go to boot camp? Camp Lejeune, he replied. The Marines have 2 boot camps, Paris Island, South Carolina, and San Diego, CA. No Marine who ever served a day would ever call Lejeune a boot camp. Someone had been making up stories to get his dick wet. Same picture of a lion that 20,000 others already posted to prove how they're not sheep that fall in line. Aggressive responses to non-aggressive situations. Nobody who's really about that life wants to do things to people. What is incorrectly perceived as a sign of intelligence? I was surprised when I learned that knowledge isn't necessarily correlated to intelligence. I met a lifelong academic who knew damn near everything about her topic, but just the facts. It's like, she was a walking encyclopedia, could cough up any info about her field, but she couldn't really process it that well, or draw conclusions, or apply it to a different topic. It's hard to explain. She had a nice 2 terabytes SSD drive full of info in her head, but she had a substandard CPU. Since then I've met several people like that. All academics, but I'm not sure that has anything to do with it. Silence. I've been told so many times that I'm thoughtful and a deep thinker, but really I can't figure out what to say, lol. My girlfriend thinks my silence is me thinking hard or letting her sort her emotions out, but it's really me trying to think of anything to say, but I'm a dumbass. Being labeled gifted at a young age. Using big words or complicated language when trying to explain something or talking about a difficult subject. The smartest people can actually make it sound simple. Age. Actually, every toddler I've ever met was a fucking moron. That's what they want you to think. If you were handed $10 billion right now, what would you still never buy? I will never buy the deceitful concept that Epstein killed himself. Those rocks that Gwyneth Paltrow shoves up her cooch. Or her snatch-scented candles. Reddit gold. The $5 Coke in my hotel mini fridge. Any food wrapped in gold leaf. Adds nothing in terms of flavor, looks tacky, and sticks to your teeth. Meth. Not even once, kids. Don't buy drugs, kids. Become a pop star, and they give them to you for free. Gas station egg salad sandwich. It's like a party in my mouth and everyone's throwing up. A Jake Paul fight. FIFA points. Gucci and other overpriced clothes. Gucci literally sold at $800 watercolored pencils with a Gucci case for artists. A bunch of artists reviewed the pencils and compared the quality to a $20 to $30 Prisma-colored pencils, and the Gucci failed horrendously. The case was nice though, I guess. What kink deserves to be shamed? People who spread STDs on purpose. Biowarfare. Brings me back to my college suitmate who had HIV/AIDS, and knowingly had unprotected sex with other men without ever informing them. One such partner found out and punched his lights out in front of the library. I believe he either dropped out or was expelled afterward. He went on to attempt arson on a synagogue in Brooklyn. Swell guy. Something with animals, children or dead people, some crazy and scary stuff out there. We had 2 brothers dig up a corpse and take turns in a neighboring town. Also had Amish brothers who got charged for boning some chickens about 30 minutes away. It's wild out here in the Midwest. Anything regarding public humiliation. Do whatever you want in your own home and have fun. But don't walk someone into Starbucks who's on a leash and wearing a gimp suit. You too may consent to it, but you're forcing normal people going about their day to be a part of your kink, and that's not cool. Hose kinks. Like what the fuck, hose? I'm just trying to water my plants. Anything that non-consensually involves someone else, be it done in public with people who don't want to be involved, or with someone who cannot consent like a child or an animal. Other than that, I don't care, go crazy. The kink where people post what kink deserves to be shamed on r/ask Reddit and then jack off to the responses. Now this is true meta. Kink of being insulted, they need every bit of that shame. Those dirty sluts, shame on them.
Oh, don't stop.
Anything involving kids, shame the fuck out of that. That's not a kink, it's a crime. People who caught up suicide hotlines to jack off. Unfortunately, yes. We had to discharge a patient who regularly called the staff and discussed committing suicide, and when the staff would listen or calm him down, he would get extremely aroused. The caring for him part sent him, and we could hear him getting off over the phone. Then he would thank the staff member, apologize profusely, and do it all over again in a few days.